Welcome back to yet another episode of the Talkative Sports Podcast. And we've had quite a busy round of fixtures. International break has come and passed us by, at least the first one, anyways. And not only did we have some good domestic round matches, Champions League was back today. But I don't think you guys would know anything about that, huh? But starting off, I kind of want to start on the dire side of Manchester United. So we saw them get completely shafted by Brighton this past weekend. We know what they got going on off the pitch with Anthony, so we'll leave that to the side. But it's not like the man was, a trailblazer before he left. All we knew him as was a fidget spinner. So eh, other than that, he wasn't really doing much. No production. So with all that being the case, right? Is it officially a crisis for Man United? Is Man United officially in crisis mode?
I don't think they need to be in crisis mode. I think
No.
they have an opportunity here. I look. We'll see if Anthony. I mean, they already dealt with Greenwood. They already dealt
Did
with
they though?
Ryan
It's a
Giggs
loan.
before that, and now they have Anthony. And I feel like the same thing that happened in the last two cases, where they be clear of all charges, is going to happen again. The only thing is, like, for the first time, I actually believe that Anthony is innocent. That's the only difference. So I feel like he'll be back. And it's not like they missed his goals or his assists or anything. He like each of those three players I've mentioned have been less and less important to the club. So when he gets back, and he will slot right back in. I think their bigger issue right now is whatever is going on with Jadon Sancho, aka Jadon, should be benched all the time.
Oh, he's done. He's gone in January. There's nothing. They said
Yeah.
they wanted him to apologize. He said no. I mean, he did take down the tweet, so happy medium, I guess. But he refused to apologize, so I think it's a done deal. He's definitely
Well,
not coming back.
yeah, but like just like Cristiano Ronaldo before him, he's not wrong. I believe that okay, he might be stinking up on the pitch, but he is being a scapegoat for things that are way deeper than him. And he'll be gone. He'll be gone in January. Of course, he might not play till then. It's unfortunate. I don't know. Is Saudi's window still open? I don't know. It's closed. I think it's probably closed. But like
I
that's
mean,
just
apparently
like
Barcelona's trying to grab him on loan.
yeah, they should. Like it's like Sancho, Anthony. These are all just side effects of the real thing that's wrong with Man U. Man U just have a crisis of leadership on the pitch. I think they will be okay. Like they lost to Brighton. Brighton are simply just a better team than Manchester United are right now. They lost to Arsenal. Arsenal are simply a better team than Man U are right now. Oh, they lost to Spurs. Okay. Damn. Okay, that's where it gets complicated. Spurs are also a better team somehow than Man U are right now. And Ten Hag, he has his work cut up for him, but I think that if he just cuts out the problem players, they will be fine. Like Maguire needs to go. I don't know why he's still there. I don't know why he still plays
Vibes.
for England.
Vibes.
Um, yeah, like I feel like they will be okay once it's all settled down. But at the end of the day, they still have that leadership problem. They're on a New York Stock Exchange. I don't know why they are. That stock been going down since the IPO. It's never gonna make a profit. Do not invest in Man U stocks until they get new ownership. And they don't want to let go of the club. They have what is historically the biggest club in England. So I can understand where they're coming from, but sometimes there's a beginning and everything good always ends. And for Man U, just sell them right now. But they're asking for a lot of money, way way more than Man U are worth, and that
I
just
mean,
says that.
they're only following in your footsteps.
No, I think Chelsea had a. I mean, how much did Chelsea sell for? Let's see.
Just go look at the Kai Havertz deal, bro.
We sold for 5.4 billion. How much how much are the Glazer asking for? 6.2. They rejected a 6.2 billion bid. You see that's just greed.
Because they didn't want to sell it. They didn't want to sell it because that's what they
That's the
asked
thing.
for
That's
initially.
the problem. That's the problem. They don't want to sell it. They rejected a
Yeah, they don't want to sell it.
6.2 billion bid. So that tells me that they're asking for way more than that. They're probably asking for like 8 million, 9 million, which
They were
was
never
the number
serious.
in my head that they were asking for. That's a price you set when you don't want to sell, and they're not going to.
They were never
Although, if
serious.
I was the Saudis, what's a couple more $1 billion?
You didn't want to
Call
do
their
it.
bluff. Call their bluff.
You didn't
The
want to do
club
it.
is the club is only worth like 4 billion, but like
In
the
fact,
money
why
you
would
will
I do that,
make back in the end will be way more. Like if they really wanted it, they would have paid the money, but they don't want it because those guys have unlimited funds. So maybe they just didn't want it like that. I don't know.
bro? If it was me, I would say, listen, I'm only gonna if you don't want to sell for the price I'm willing to give you, that's fine. Have at it. I'm gonna go find another club, buy that club, and then I'll be the reason you never see success in your life. For as long as you own that club, you will never see success because I will be in the way. I'll go out and buy a West Ham United or something like that. Turn West Ham into the new Newcastle. What? Don't play with me. But okay. So here's a question I wanted to ask you. Um, Rashford, right? So to be honest, despite all the what you want to say about the refereeing in the game, Man U could have still made a way, or at least made the game a bit more of a back and forth than it turned out to be.
More what?
If
More
Rashford
of
would
a
just share the
contest.
ball. There's a lot of times he
They
was
could
in
have
the
made
final
it more of
third
a
with
contest.
Rasmus Højlund, and they
Um,
were available to
Actually, I
score.
don't think they could have made it more
And
of a
oh,
contest
yep, I told
because
him.
they went 3-0 up first, and then damn, we really lost Marcus.
Oh, I
But
lost
like,
Wi-Fi completely.
he'll be back.
Oh,
I don't think it's
no
such a
internet.
crazy idea that Brighton were always gonna beat Man U. Like maybe it was a little bit too much, but like with the problems Man U have in the background going on, it's understandable why they lost so bad.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Eric Ten Hag, he may have been figured out by the Premier League. I don't know. Maybe we're playing the players a little too much. Maybe we need to start looking at the coach. Um, I mean, I'm not gonna blame Sancho too much. Sancho can only do what he can, and what he can is not much. So you don't bring the player down. That's not what you're supposed to do. Whatever whatever his role is, you're supposed to make that very clear to him. And clearly they didn't do that. They promised him things that they couldn't accomplish. And Yeah, and I guess look at the case with Anthony. Anthony's different case. I mean, he just has not lived up to what they expected of him, and that's unfortunate for him because pretty much him and Martinez was like the guys that like um, Eric Ten Hag was counting on. But the way the place that I can fault Eric Ten Hag in management, like you said, it's looking like something to do with management. More likely is because how you let Edson Alvarez go to West Ham and you were his coach at Ajax. Like there's all
That's
kinds of players.
that's their leadership. That's their leader. Because I know there's no way Ten Hag did not request to get him.
Exactly. So, but still, though, it's still something on Ten Hag because at the end of the day, you're still the coach. You're still this genius coach, and you're supposed to figure out how to get us through this little bump in the road. And we can't even get through a pebble on the street. Like so, it, it's 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 easy to blame the players, but football in the Premier League nowadays, it's so heavily high on coaching and like putting players in the right position to be successful. And if you don't put the players in the right position to be successful, and if you don't get the players that are going to be able to implement whatever information you're relaying to them, then you fail as management and as a coach, both management and coach. Because coach, yeah, you requested players from Ajax. They're all right. Like where they're not world beaters. None of the players we requested have been world beaters, if except Edson Alvarez.
They
But
should
he
have
didn't
gotten
request
Kudus.
him. And Kudus. But did he coach Kudus? I think maybe Kudus was probably like in his youth system. I don't know if he coached Kudus directly, but
He was
none of
there.
the players that they actually got are like that. The only players that are like that are the players that West Ham got from Ajax. So, coach, what are you saying? Because they probably gave no, because management gave him options. Management said, who do you want? Who do you want? Edson Alvarez or Martinez?" He was like, "Oh, I'll take the 5'11" center back." Cool. They were like, "All right, who do you want? Anthony or uh I mean, Ajax got so many players. Just Berghuis. They're not the one from Tottenham, Bergwijn. Berghuis. There's like, I mean, Kudus, who uh West Ham just got, like Dusan Tadic. Dusan Tadic would perform better on Man U than most Man U players. Haller. Oh, he's on Dortmund. Sorry. Why did I think it
I
was?
mean,
But still, though, I think it was just a massive, massive, massive f up. This was my last.
They signed three
And,
players that matter:
yeah,
Holland,
but
Mount,
I
and
think
Onana.
I
They
think they
they they,
signed
they
over.
could have went for more,
No,
and they
I
should
don't
have
think
had some more outs.
you
I don't
can't.
understand.
You don't just build a championship or a consistently winning team from one window. You need multiple good windows, and if you miss out on your opportunities, other teams will capitalize. I mean, like I keep saying, look at West Ham. Like my God, they're the surprise of the season to me because of their acquisitions and because of how they're playing with their acquisitions. Everyone is just fitting in easily.
I feel like West Ham always had the money because they're a London club and they've been up in the top average. Probably average sixth position in the last 10 years. So they've been up there, but now they're finally flexing after they got rid of basmati rice. And I don't know. I feel like their pool is kind of
Basmati rice
insane.
is higher than you, by the way.
Why are we listening to this guy? Anyways, anyways, they got rid of basmati rice and they are going ham. And They cooked us, Chelsea.
Most people cooking you these days.
Marcus is such a hater. They cooked us, and then they got cooked by Man City. But it's like, wait, Marcus, stop. No, you are the ops.
Did I say anything? I
No,
didn't say anything.
you said enough to make me forget what my point was. So it's cool. That's not good. Remind me again what we were talking about because I lost it. I completely lost
Crisis at Man U.
Oh yeah, at Man U. But what does that?
We kind of diverged onto West Ham for some reason because West Ham got the signings that Eric Ten Hag should have.
Oh
But
yeah,
he said he wanted to see
yeah.
the fidget spinner Anthony and the midget Martinez. No pun intended.
Well, those signings weren't this summer window. They were last summer window. This summer window, I don't think they signed
No,
enough
but
of the
it
players
still counts.
they should have signed.
Wait, whoa. No. That no. That's not how it works, Shags.
Kudus.
No. Wait. Just wait. Because what I'm saying is those signings from last summer window were very high signings. So guess what? He must have given them a list and they gave him choices. Who would you rather have? Kudus or Anthony? Oh, Anthony. Okay, cool. Who would you rather have? Martinez or Edson Alvarez? Oh, Martinez. Okay, cool.
Those two players weren't available last summer.
Neither was Anthony. They bought him. It's not like Anthony was on the transfer market.
They paid the money it took to get him, but
right. They paid 88 million for Anthony.
There's a difference though. But that was last transfer window. We're talking about this transfer window. Why they failed to get Edson Alvarez and Kudus. I feel like that's where they messed up. Yeah, not even last season.
No, but
they should have built. They did not build upon what they did last summer. This summer, they failed. They got missing out by a miracle. I really think that was just a fluke of luck.
They missed out on them because they chose the wrong players from the same team. Literally,
there's no reason why they couldn't have gotten Kudus and Alvarez in that team.
And that's my whole point. Instead of getting I'm not saying get Kudus and Alvarez, but maybe get someone that can actually help your team rather than just a name player. Anthony, yeah, everybody knew about Anthony back then, but he was just a dribble machine, nothing more. And then Martinez, I didn't even know about Martinez till they got him. I'm like, this guy's 5'11". Like, yeah, I want to commend him, but still,
this is the butcher. Wait, I got.
He's been one of their solid defenders, though.
That's the sad part. That's the sad. That's
before we move on. I just have one last question related to Man U. We all had them in the top 6 of our preseason prediction. You did not have them in the top 6?
I don't think so. No, not Man U.
Oh no, yeah, you were foolish enough to put Chelsea in there.
8th or 9th, yes.
Yeah, you're foolish enough to put Chelsea in there. All right,
so
Shegs,
far,
me and you, do we still? Are we making changes? I'm making definitely a change. I'm definitely making a change. You know, I don't know who's gonna replace him yet, but Man U is definitely not in the top 6.
I told you. Y'all were like, "Whoa, Man U!" I'm like, "Bro, how have they gotten better? What striker? Anthony Martial, Hoyland?"
No, you're not talking with your Chelsea pick. We're gonna get to you in a second. Shegs?
Oh, don't worry. Yeah.
I still think Man U will be in the conversation for qualifying for Europe.
Okay.
I still think they will be in the conversation.
All right, good.
The man has spoken.
They might not be top 4, but in the 5, 6, 7, 8 places, they will be up there because I see no reason why they cannot improve on what they did last season. I see no reason. I mean, they won't improve because a lot of teams have gotten way better than them. But they should still be a decent team. They just need to make decisions from the top level and just do what they need to do. They need to make the hard decisions. They need to um like they already are doing right now. Like Sancho will never play for Man United again. Okay, that's done.
I will never say never, man. I don't know if someone's paying you millions of dollars.
Well, it has to be never.
I don't
Moving
think he
on,
wants to.
another club in crisis. One club that both of you know very well. In fact, both of you are the fans. In fact, you were there last season when you finished what? It was the worst finish since 19 something. And here you are saying, hold my beer this season. You're about to make it your all time worst. 14th place, Chelsea FC, mid table FC. Is it a crisis? Are you guys in crisis mode?
Look, I just think like rival fans just enjoy watching us suffer. And it's fine because when we're up, y'all were the ones suffering. So it's okay.
How long were you up though?
We have been the most successful club in the Premier League in the past 10 years.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. So
I could speak on it. I'm just not,
when we were up,
your performance this
Liverpool was
past weekend was
nothing.
enough pain for
Man
you.
United was nothing. Man City was just another club. Arsenal was nothing. Brighton were non-existent.
10
Who
years
was
ago
Aston
is
Villa? Who was West
2013.
Ham?
Do you understand that?
No, I'm just saying. Like what I said was we have been the most successful club in the past 10 years in the Premier League. And
Yes.
that might
And
be
I'm telling you,
expiring
10
now.
years ago was 2013. Do you
Okay. But
understand that?
still, but it's a fact though. And we
It
will
is
be
not.
back.
If you go look at the number of titles we've won in that
No,
time,
we will be back. That's all I'm saying. Like we have been the most successful club, and we will be back. I'm not saying we're gonna be the most successful in the next 10 years, but
in the past 10
all
years,
we
you were
need.
not.
Look, Chelsea,
It's been 30 years.
Oh,
30
okay.
30 years. What?
Okay.
No, that's
Say
not what
30. All right, that makes sense.
that's not what I'm saying.
Say 30. Not past 10.
Well, if we do 30, Man City aren't even in the
Oh, never
conversation.
mind.
So
He
like,
was saying 10. Never
calm
mind.
down, calm
Never mind.
down.
He was saying 10.
What I'm saying is like Chelsea, once we realize we need to accept the reality of the position we're in right now, which is we drew 0-0 to Bournemouth. In the grand scheme of things, if we're being very realistic, that was a good point for us. Mid-table team going to another mid-table team away, getting a clean sheet and a point. I think that
This
the
is your
decision
reality.
makers,
Are you
and the
kidding?
management and Chelsea are making these grand, big, long-term plans and somehow still expecting to win now. But looking at the stats, as I did extensively today, we are actually a decent team, but we just don't know how to score. Once we figure out how to put goals in the back of the net, and once we get the 12 players, the entire team, the starting lineup that will start for most teams above us, our injury list would start for most teams above us. We need to find out why our players keep getting injured. We need to solve that and get them back, and then we need to figure out how to put the ball in the back. And we need to relax and focus on the basics, and we will be fine. Like it's not even that I don't think I'm speaking crazy. Zach, back me up. Like we have a good core. We have a young team. We have a young manager. Of course, I don't think our manager has really I don't think he has enough urgency. I think he thinks he has time, but he is saying the right things, but they're not translating on the pitch. And like,
Wait, hold on.
there's a lot
You're
of
saying
back
he
and
doesn't have time?
forth. I don't think if Pochettino thinks that if we can extrapolate our first 6 games to the rest of the season, He shouldn't be expected to be here in January.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. I don't think Pochettino should expect that if results continue the way they are, that he will still be coach in 2024.
so
But
what did you think was going to happen when you when you gave him a club a club that finished 12th last season and you sold out let's just say you sold
well,
out all the dead wood, right? But then you went in and reinvested another 500 million on baby's breast smelling like Similac youngins.
well, all we expect is improvement. That's it.
So that's what I'm saying. Where have you improved?
We haven't on the pitch, result wise, but players wise, we have improved.
So that's
We
what I'm
have
asking you.
good
Where have you
core of
improved?
young, talented players. It's time for the coach to figure out how to translate our investment for portfolio, which is what I'll call our team right now, into a good team. It's up to him, and if he can't do that, he'll be gone.
That's crazy.
Because I feel like our ownership, you might wrong them for just signing every player, but at the end of the day, they've they've invested €1.2 billion into the club, and they paid 5.4 billion for the club, and they have hired people at every level to get the best. They have been cutting costs. They actually penny pinching, and they have done it. I think they've actually, in the grand scheme of things, in the long term, they've done a really good job. And now it's up to the manager to figure it out, because the board doesn't decide what happens on the pitch. That's up to Pochettino. And I really feel like we have been very unlucky. We just can't get the ball into the back of the net. Everywhere else on the pitch, we have been decent. Of course, we made costly mistakes. We we haven't made the best signings we could, but at the end of the day, we've made a lot of good signings, and it's all down to the manager to figure it out. Because, like, I can shout, I can scream, I can complain all I want, but nothing I'll say is actually going to affect Pochettino's lineup choices. So we shall see.
Hmm. Zach, are you in the same vein?
I mean, I've said this. We've been in a crisis since the fall of the Roman Empire. So,
Hmm.
not really like, oh, we in a crisis. I was made in this. Like Bane said, I was born here. I was made here. You know, it is what
Unfortunate
made
FC.
the person. Yes, it is what made me. Crisis made us. So, I mean, Chelsea, we've been in crisis before.
I
We've
got a new
won
name for
Champions
us,
League.
by the
We've
way.
won Champions League in the middle
Crisis,
of
Crisis
crisis.
FC.
So,
I
I
need to take
think
that and run with it.
I think the thing is, it's just, yeah, we've improved, we've gotten better, but we just can't win games, and the injuries has a large part to do with it because the significant starters, especially on our front line, are missing. So if you're missing goal scorers, man, it'd be tough to win games, because like I always say, goals win games. So I think it's up to Pochettino to figure something out for the players that he has, but I don't think it's completely in his power. I think it's whether he gets fired or not is out of his. No matter what he does this season, I
Hmm.
think this isn't out of his power. So yeah, well, yep, pretty much.
Well, all I'll say before we move on is I think if you guys do fire Pochettino, it'll be a mistake because you don't hire somebody with that young of a squad and only keep them on
Of
for less than a
course,
year.
it will be a mistake, Marcus. Everything management has done has been a mistake. So
Well,
what's one more mistake? Come on.
all right. And on that note, on to the next question, right? So this past week of fixtures have now given us a new look on who exactly is in the relegation fight. So I'm looking at it here,
Ooh.
and I'm looking at all right. So we'll start off. To be honest, we're gonna start from Man U because the guys really in the relegation fight aren't really that far off from you guys. Man U has 6 points in 13th. Chelsea has 5 points in 14th. Bournemouth, Wolves, 15th, 16th, respectively, with 3 points. Sheffield, Everton, Burnley, each on 1 point, 17, 18, and 19th, respectively. And then Luton Town without a single point yet on the year.
Wolves and Everton and Luton hit that panic
Look, actually, okay.
That's
I
all
don't.
I'm gonna say. That's probably what the bottom three is gonna be. Wolves, yes, Wolves.
Really, Wolves?
Wolves went from manager of the season to worst performance of the year. Probably that's what they're looking like. So Wolves, Everton. Oh my God, Everton. Yeah, and obviously Luton Town. I mean, come on, what do you expect? But go ahead.
Nah.
What?
I don't think Luton Town should be panicking because like they were always like 50% likely to just go straight back down. I think Everton should be panicking the most because I don't think they've ever been relegated from the Premier League.
I'm
But
sure
they
they have.
also did
Definitely say they have.
no, I don't think they've been relegated from the Premier League like in the modern era. I don't think they have. So they should be panicking. Wolves, they're way worse teams than Wolves here in this league. Like Chelsea, like Manchester United.
No.
Look, like do you look at the table? Newcastle United are 12th and they're in the Champions League. Like come
What?
on. Like they like it's not
What is Wolves?
Wolves
What is Wolves?
Wolves
What
they'll
I'm
be
saying.
fine. I don't
To
think
be
they're gonna
honest,
I don't
to
think
be
they're gonna
honest,
get
I agree with Shags. I don't know where Shags is going, but my bottom three is going to be Bournemouth, Everton, Luton. Bournemouth has no hope. Bournemouth has no hope. Bournemouth has no hope. Bournemouth has no hope. Bournemouth is almost like Luton, where they go into the match and it's just vibes. That's exactly how Bournemouth started off the match with Chelsea, and that's what hurt the fact that you guys could not score. They were honestly giving it to you. They said honestly, the only thing left that Bournemouth could have done for you is put out a red carpet, clear the way to the goal.
They
That's the
could have
only
given
thing. That's the
us a
only thing they could
penalty.
have done.
Honestly,
So like,
Hey, since they're giving it away, but
this thing that
it's our fault for not finishing.
a weird game away. Bournemouth were at home, so their home crowd were behind them, and um, yeah,
their home crowd
Vibes.
was behind them, and they were still offering it up like that.
All vibes.
yeah.
Look at the
But we're
stats.
Chelsea.
All
What do you
vibes.
expect? I mean, I don't
But that's
understand.
what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you. And they barely got the draw with you guys. Yo, honestly, bro, if it was anybody other than Jackson up front, you guys would have scored even if you didn't want to. Even if you didn't want to, you would have scored.
Disagree. I disagree. But what I'm saying is, you really think Wolves is gonna score against Bournemouth? I don't. I think Bournemouth's gonna beat
I
Wolves.
don't I
But
don't even if Wolves
I think
lose, even
Wolves.
if Wolves loses both matches, hold on. Even if Wolves loses home and away to Bournemouth, overall, I don't think Bournemouth is going to rack up enough points. Bournemouth, Everton, and Luton, I
what
honestly don't see them reaching 36 points on the year.
I'm saying is, what has Wolves done to tell you they will? They just sold their Mateus Nunes.
I mean, didn't let me look how many points they scored last season.
Marcus, I
They
think
are
you
not getting
conveniently.
better. Every
Marcus,
time I see Wolves, they look worse. Literally, this is not even like they look worse.
Wolves will
What'd you
be.
say?
I think you're
What?
conveniently ignoring Burnley and Vincent
No,
Company.
Burnley. I think
No, no, I think Burnley they
I'm
they
giving.
they have some injuries. Their attacking players are still coming into form.
Yeah,
I think once mid season form comes in and everybody else starts getting tired because of all the extra competitions that they're in. Meanwhile, Burnley isn't in that many competitions outside of the domestic cups.
the
They'll
reason
be fine.
the
They're
reason I'm
they're
that
they're they're
Wolves
playing Man U at home next on Saturday. So what?
Man
You
U,
think they're gonna get
To
a
be honest,
result?
I think they'll get a result.
Burnley will be either tie or win. Yeah.
To be honest, yeah.
Honestly, Wolves. The reason I'm so frustrated at Wolves is because I've seen how they've played. They're like they're us, but they're like a lower level us. Like they'll keep possession and then do nothing with. I mean, less than us with that possession. I mean,
Yeah.
it's,
Have you guys played
it's
Wolves yet?
basically they're us from last season.
I
That's
don't
what.
know. I
Just
think
not
it,
as much
I
as
don't, I
I
don't
talent.
think if
think
you
I
guys
don't
see
think I
Wolves
don't
right
think
now, they
they're
might think
that good. But if they're us from last season, then they're not
With
getting
less
any.
talent, with less talent is what I said. They're us from last season with less
I
talent.
disagree. I think if they see you right now, y'all are getting spanked.
I just nah.
We're
Wolves
not
can't
getting
score goals.
spanked. We're not getting
Wolves,
spanked. We just
who
cannot
does score goals
finish.
for Wolves?
Check
Marcus,
every
who
game
score goals
we've
for
played.
Wolves?
Check every game Chelsea have played. The theme has
We have been
dominate
getting spiked.
possession, make a
Mm-hmm.
mistake in defense, but overall good at defense, and then can't
Yeah,
score.
a
That's
solid
it.
game. We just can't put the ball in the net.
And
But
then
Who who-
context, we
who's the
have a
team you
lot
played?
of injuries on the bench. We have a whole
Who's the
team
team?
out injured.
Who's the team you played thus far that can retain possession?
wait, what do
None
you
of
mean?
them.
None
We
of them.
Okay,
destroyed every team
But
on
but but
the
wait,
possession we
wait,
played. We
Liverpool.
destroyed Liverpool
We
on
had
possession. We
76%
had the most
possession
possession
on
against
Liverpool. So
Liverpool. Like it was a record. We broke a
So
record with that possession.
what I'm trying to say is, what has Wolves shown you to believe in them? Please, just tell me. What have they shown you? I'll wait.
I mean they've shown me a lot. They almost killed United. Their finishing up front is what called every game that they've played. Their patterns of play and everything has impressed me. Everything up until the final third, and that's because they have Cunha up front. They take out Cunha, they figure out something to do. They figure out take out Cunha and figure out how to figure out that hole, and then they got something going. In
Bro, you
fact, I kind of
sound
like
like
I'll say this now. They have not shown
literally
me
sounds like
apart
Chelsea
from
from last season.
no,
the
I
Man
like
U game.
Bellegarde. I like Bellegarde. Bellegarde. He had this past weekend. Bellegarde played well. I was watching the match and I was like, "Yo, the way things are going, I would take Cunha out, put Bellegarde up front, and bring in Traore off the bench to put him in the midfield.
It's
If
not gonna.
that's something that, hey man,
Get different.
listen, every chance that they had, Bellegarde was in the spots to capitalize. I leave it. The reason why he didn't capitalize, I'll leave it off to debut jitters.
Okay.
I'll leave it off to debut jitters. It is what it is. But I have no reason not to believe that next time he finds himself in those situations, he's not going to capitalize. And the fact that he was getting in the more than I found myself looking at the pitch, wondering where the hell Cunha was. And you're a forward, my guy. You're supposed to be up there. Why? There's only one time for the actual goal that they scored. That's the one time where I was like, all right, cool. I understand why you're all the way back there because he helped build up the ball, running up the left hand side, and then that's what created the goal coming in from the left. Outside of that, move, I'm looking at the pitch, finding this guy, and I'm seeing Bellegarde in this position up front. Like I thought Bellegarde was playing CAM, but he's the forward today.
Thank you for proving my point. I rest my case.
Hey man, listen,
I think
we
Wolves
have the
have
same
been
evidence. We
beaten.
just come to different conclusions.
We're relying on bench players. We're relying on Trossards. I rest my case.
I said Traore.
Bertrand
I know,
Traore.
but I used Trossard's name as a verb. I said we're relying on Trossards.
Oh, okay.
Look, Zach. The thing I see about Wolves is that they lost at Man U. They lost a
They
home to
lost Man
Brighton.
U. I
They beat
guarantee you. I
Everton.
guarantee you, we won't
They
lose to Man
destroyed
U or Brighton.
Blackpool. They lost
I
to Crystal Palace. They lost to
Okay, hold on.
Liverpool. They're a better
Time out.
team.
won't lose
They
to
lost the
Man U
teams,
or
but
Brighton.
they've
Sheg,
had
hold
a
on.
bad start, but they will be back. I don't think.
Sheg, hold on.
Look, if we look at
Their
the
start
teams
was
that are
difficult.
below
It was a
them
difficult start.
in the table, They are better than all of those teams. They're better than Sheffield. They're better than Everton. They're better than Burnley. They're better than Luton Town. They're better than Birmingham, who are ahead of them. They
I'm
will.
telling you,
I'm not saying they're
listen,
gonna amaze. I'm just saying
listen.
they're
Exactly.
not gonna get relegated this season.
Exactly.
They have
You
a
do not.
decent squad. Their
I'm
squad
saying
is
hit.
good enough
I
to
said
not
I
get
didn't
relegated.
say they're gonna get relegated. I said hit the panic button because things are not looking good right now. Is what I'm
I know
Oh
saying.
you.
yeah, but that's they don't need to hit the panic button. That's every year for them. They've been in this positions how many times? This is
We'll see,
this
man.
is this is
Everton were
was it
saying that this
Wolves?
last year.
Was it Wolves that Wolves they had Diego Costa in their squad last season.
All it takes is one.
This
So
is
what? A run
Wolves.
down Diego Costa. It doesn't matter. All,
Exactly.
they
They
had,
had a rundown Diego
all it
Costa
takes is
and they
1
still
year.
survived.
All it takes is 1 year. Remember
They're
Everton?
way worse.
You were bragging about.
They are
You were
way
bragging
worse
about.
teams than them in
I
the league.
remember you bragging about your Frank Lampard Everton and how Lampard is gonna cook us. I remember just saying
Look,
time
that was personal
I'm
bias.
just saying.
Like I
We'll
have
see.
no reason to.
We'll
I just
see.
honestly believe,
You don't
and
understand why you believe in Wolves. It
I'm
makes zero sense.
unbiased.
They've done nothing. Dude,
I'm
if you saw that
unbiased.
menu game, if you saw that menu game, you would, if you watched the entire menu game, you would understand. They should have won that game 4-1. The fact they lost that game, it's what I'm saying. They're going to be susceptible to lose to Burnley, Nottingham Forest, like that. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They will lose games like those.
Their
All right,
next
Shags.
match,
Last word. Last word.
their next game is against Luton Town, the clear worst team in the Premier League. They're gonna win that.
Who are they playing next?
Luton.
Oh, who? They might lose that game.
Man, stop it. Stop it. You're not serious. This is out of hate now.
What do
All
you
right, we'll
hate?
leave that. We'll leave that. We'll leave that where it is. We'll leave that where it is. Last thing to discuss before we call it a wraps on this episode. We had Champions League today, guys. Any takeaways from the first round of group stage fixtures? We had, AC Milan, Newcastle, RB Leipzig, Young Boys, Barcelona, Antwerp, Feyenoord, Celtic, Lazio, Atletico, my boys, City, Red Star Belgrade, PSG, Dortmund, and then last but not least, close it out with Shakhtar and FC Porto. Barcelona had themselves a day, 5-0. Everybody had fun. It seems like João Felix is succeeding. Everybody's succeeding away from Chelsea. João Felix scored twice today. He scored 2 goals, 1 assist in his both Barcelona matches. Callum Hudson-Odoi had his first debut in Nottingham Forest. He scored. Everybody seems to be successful away from Chelsea, man. It's crazy. Well, as long as your name is not Mason Mount or Kai
Callum
Havertz.
Hudson-Odoi did what for who?
Pulisic and what's
Whoa.
Callum
Pulisic's been scoring, bro.
What for?
Pulisic's been scoring.
no, he didn't score today or start. He got benched, and when he
Yeah.
came, he didn't look good.
As I said in the group chat, the reason he got benched is because he's been having too many minutes. He's played every single match so far and international break. What's coming?
You give excuses. That's fine. I'm just telling you what I saw.
I said it's an excuse.
He didn't look good. Loftus-Cheek, a good game. Oh.
You know his injury history. And speaking of Loftus-Cheek, he got injured. That's a person who probably could have used rest because just like Pulisic, he's played every match too.
Why did you even mention Hudson-Odoi? He doesn't. He's not in the Champions League.
Like I said, all I'm
He's
saying
such
is
a hater.
you give the no. I'm not. He's a hater.
Like you mentioned Hudson-Odoi, he played for Nottingham Forest. We're talking about Champions League.
Talk what he talks. All right.
I had to double check.
They're not playing well. They scored 1 goal. They scored 2 goals. What are you saying? There've been 5 games in the season. If he scored 4 goals out of 5 games, okay. He scored 2 goals. And he came on today. Trippier was making him look like, I don't know, like Solomon Kalou from 03.
He has 2 goals in 4 games, and now he has gone and done his
2 goals, 1 assist.
USA thing. No, 0 assists. Yeah, 0 assists.
They didn't give him that assist. That's
no,
crazy.
no, he has gone and done his thing with the U.S. men's national team where he goes on international duty, and then he's missing for the next game, and
Yep.
he was
He
missing.
misses. He's injured.
Listen, man.
Oh, and then
He's probably carrying a knock, and they brought him on and didn't do nothing. Honestly,
Y'all are haters. And
I'm not.
actually, when
Look,
he came
look,
on,
look.
when he came on, they were a lot more
I'm
lively.
not a
They were a
hitter.
lot more lively.
I'm not a hitter.
They were a lot more
I'm not a
lively.
hitter. I'm a realist. I'm wearing a Christian Pulisic jersey right now as we speak.
Me too.
I love him, but like he has once again gotten a knock, and he's not performing.
Yeah.
It's
I think what's a knock,
I just know based off experience.
man.
You saw it because he wasn't fit enough to score.
Until I see it, until I see it.
Alongside,
So you're right. It may not be a knock. So he just came on and played bad. That's what I'm saying. He did not play well.
which is worse.
It happens.
I mean,
Loftus
it
Honestly,
was a tough game.
talking
It was a tough game.
We're talking about Pulisic. But we need to talk about Rafael Leao. We need to talk about
Calabria was getting cooked by Anthony Gordon, and they subbed him off in the half, even though he's the captain. So
I mean, Rafael Leao is the reason Milan didn't win today. If we're being perfectly honest.
stop it.
Oh, that's how I know.
Trust me,
That's how I know
love
it's an
Rafael
agenda with you.
Leao. He should have
That's
finished.
how I know it's an agenda with you.
He should have finished at
That's
least
how I know. That's how I know it's an agenda with you.
I don't agree. I don't agree.
That's how I know it's an agenda with you.
How many clear-cut chances did Rafael Leao actually have? One.
Both. He had
One.
two. He had two. He wanted to backheel one. He wanted to backheel one. He jumped too early, missed time to jump on the second one. And what? Why are you shaking your head? It was a clear chance header. What do you mean?
It's not a clear-cut chance because it's
not a clear-cut chance.
It's not a clear-cut chance. What I'm saying is a clear-cut chance with a high percentage of finish. Yeah, it's a chance, but it's not a clear-cut chance like a free header that is wide open. It was a tough header that he just didn't.
It was not a tough header.
But look,
he was in front of his man. He reads the front of the ball well. He scores.
He should have scored that. He should have scored that goal. I don't care how hard of a chance it was.
It's a chance, but most headers aren't easy chances. Just what I'm saying. I'm just literally stating facts.
But he's Rafael Leao, and he should have scored that.
Oh, I'm just stating facts. You can say that all you want, right? You're not wrong. All I'm saying
it's not a hard chance, but I expected him to score one of his chances.
I hear you, and I would agree. But I'm just stating facts. Most headers are not easy chances. I'm saying how many clear-cut chances did his team create? So I guess if you want to count the header as a clear-cut chance, one.
Well, you can
create the other one by dribbling past 7-8 people. No, I don't want
to dribble past 7-8 people. On the first cut, he had the shot. He declined it. On the second cut, he had the shot. He went for a back heel. On the third cut, he tripped over himself. That's none of my concern. That's bad decision making all around.
Just relax, because a lot of players were involved after that also shanked their chances. So
I understand, but we're focusing on Rafael Leao.
He should have scored, but also, if we're gonna talk shit about Leao not scoring, which I think he should have scored at least one of them chances, let's talk about Pulisic going missing and not getting the start from the get.
Of course, but the difference between Pulisic
let's talk about Giroud. Do you see the chances Giroud missed?
Let's talk about Giroud too. Giroud should
have to be talking about. Yes, I agree.
So it's not just on Leao. The entire team decided not to show up for this game, and Newcastle come away with an undeserved.
We talking about, but we can't be going to talk about Pulisic who barely played 20 minutes.
Look,
you can't be going to talk about Pulisic who barely played 20 minutes.
I am nominating Newcastle United for the fraud watch officially.
Oh no! Why?
Stop! This was a tough game.
They're 12th.
This was a tough match. And they're 14th.
So we're supposed to be.
So
Newcastle are supposed to be challenging to. Newcastle finished they finished fourth. Newcastle finished fourth.
They are. Listen.
We
finished. You should be ashamed. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself.
I
They
have
are
no
new oil
time,
money.
bro.
They are new
Do you
oil
not
money.
learn
They
this?
are new. They
Question.
are new oil
Shame.
money.
I'm a
Coming from
They
realist.
are new oil money. You spent more than them, and you are below them. How do
wait,
you
wait,
feel?
this is wait, Marcus. This is
Bro, you keep bringing up the
someone.
money.
This
The
is
money
coming
does
from
not
someone
matter. We don't
who
care.
stadium. This is coming from
We've
someone whose
obviously
stadium is Etihad
overspent.
Airways, and no, sorry, their stadium is Etihad Stadium, and their jersey says what? Checks, remind me. Etihad Airways. That's right. All right.
Yes,
That's
yes,
so.
yes,
So it's your club. So
yes.
you're paying us for tapping into that Arab,
No, I'm
riches.
not. No, no, no. Wait. No, no, no. I'm not. No, I brought that because that was the oil money used to be slander. So that's what I'm saying. They're
This
new oil money.
money. Oh, I see what
But
Marcus
y'all
is.
have
Yeah,
never gotten the
they
slander
used to
for
be
the oil
slander.
club that
So
we did.
yes, so they
Y'all are
used to be
not getting
slander.
the
So that's what
same
I'm telling
level
you.
of oil
So
club
that's what I'm
slander that
saying.
we did,
This
though.
isn't this is
Y'all
an
never
oil
got
club.
that
This
oil
is a
club
new
slander.
oil club,
Y'all
right?
get a pass.
You spent all this money, right? And now
I,
you're below them. That's what I'm saying. That's
I'm
what I'm
listening.
We're
saying.
only two positions below them, bro.
The
Hold
oil.
on. I don't care
This
how.
should not even
Wait,
that
hold on,
close.
wait. Check. I don't care if it's one spot, two spot, three spots, four. Do they have to look down at you? That's the question.
Marcus thought.
Bro,
So,
these
Marcus
niggas are 1 point ahead of us.
They look
Right
down.
next
Are
to
they looking
Manchester
down at you?
United. One
But
Marcus,
they're looking.
point.
But
why I,
They're
I
looking down at you.
I know why you're
We
frustrated
don't care. We
because
don't care about 1 point
you
ahead of
thought
us.
that the oil money was exclusive to Man City, but it's not.
Oh
Right?
no, I don't care. I
Anybody
don't
can.
care.
So why are you instead Newcastle for
Like
no
bringing
reason?
You
up
don't
oil
understand,
money.
bro. Here is the point. Hold
Cares.
on. Here is the
At
point that
least
I was making.
we have
Hold.
business money.
Uh-huh.
We have like verifiable sources of our income. What do you have? Nothing.
Etihad Airways. That's what they have.
Hey man.
That's what
Hey,
they
man.
Y'all have
don't have.
$154
We have
charges
success. We have
pending.
success. All right. Hold on. Any
154
other
charges pending.
any other takes from Champions League before we call it quits?
Looking at
Chelsea would really look into investing into some Argentinian
They're
striker.
not in the Champions League. Why are we talking Chelsea? I said Champions League. Any
looking at
last
the
takes on
Champions
Champions
League
League?
An
result.
Argentinian striker scored 2 goals in a Champions League
Oh
match
my
today.
god,
Oh,
bro,
who
I,
was
I,
it?
we are never gonna have Edson. I mean,
no,
no,
I didn't
that's
say.
not
I
Edson
just said Chelsea
Alvarez.
should look into
What's his
into
first name?
Julian
Marcus.
Alvarez.
Julian.
who's
We're
gonna
never gonna get Julian Alvarez.
who. I don't know
But
who that is. What I'm saying is, Chelsea should really look into investing into some Argentinian strikers.
we have
There's
we have the
there's
best
one in Inter
Argentinian
Milan,
midfielder that's not
like
named
one in
Messi.
Inter Milan called Lautaro Martinez.
Yeah, actually, speaking of him, word on the street is he's about ready to extend at Inter Milan.
He's a
I
why
Yeah,
report
he
came out
should.
this morning.
they made him captain. They brought him to Rome. They gave him to Rome. They took away the council that was Lukaku. What are you talking about? Oh, they
Um,
did right by him.
um,
Why would you not extend it? Why would you go to the failing Chelsea?
can I
To
can
do
I
what?
can I can I
Come on.
comment on the Champions League
It will be
today?
the last comments you say before we close.
Um, Looking at these results, the only surprise was Milan not beating Newcastle.
That
Most
was not a
teams
surprise. It was going to be a tough match, bro. Stop
did
it.
what they were supposed to do. Maybe if Pulisic had been fit enough, they
The
would.
man barely played 20 minutes. Will you guys let go of this agenda?
No, but that's the problem. Why is he playing 20 minutes when he should be
He's
starting?
played. You guys, okay, listen, you guys cannot have, you can't want, you can't listen, you can't have it both ways. You've
No,
accepted his
he
injury
can't have it
history
both
and they
ways.
understand
He
his injury
cannot go
history.
to the
You don't want to
national
run him
team
into the
and
ground.
play in meaningless friendlies when he knows that his club's next game is the first game of the Champions League against
Okay, that's
Newcastle.
it. I agree
Why is
with
he
you there. If
playing
that's your angle,
meaningless
I agree.
friendlies?
No, if that's your angle, I agree. If that is your
That
angle, I
is
agree.
my angle. He should have
Okay, I
started.
agree. I understand.
Why do you
Um,
expect straight Christian Pulisic to change now when people like you have called him, and I quote, the LeBron James of soccer?
Who?
Um,
When did I
the
say that?
LeBron James takes a rest.
chance.
LeBron James takes
Oh,
a lot
Craig
of
said
games
that. Oh, I was
off.
about to say.
LeBron James
Ever in USA
rest.
soccer
LeBron James takes
America.
good rest.
Um,
Captain,
so
he's not even the Captain America anymore. So why is he playing him? They played
Who's Captain America?
Uzbekistan. They played
Colorado.
Uzbekistan. They played.
Hmm.
You saw Uzbekistan? Really? Why is Ulysses there?
They won.
Amen.
Anyway,
Amen. It needed to be done.
I am looking forward to
If it's another,
tomorrow's.
it
I
should
am
go.
looking forward to tomorrow's Champions League games. I want to see what Arsenal do. I like Union Berlin going to Madrid. Union Berlin have no business being in the Champions League. Looking at their history.
Actually, yes,
Man.
Union Berlin has been very good this season.
Oh, no, they have recently, but like
Madrid has their work cut. I'm telling you, if there was an upset watch, this would be the game. It's a trap game for Madrid. I'm telling you. Trust me.
And last but not least, we're gonna see.
Bayern going to Man U.
Yeah,
Tomorrow
We're gonna see what could have been with Harry Kane.
They are upsets. Harry Kane.
Yeah,
What could have been? Yeah. He's gonna cook them. He's cooking
no
them.
doubt.
All right, and with that, we come to yet an end of yet another episode. As always, we appreciate you for rocking with us this long. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, all that good stuff. And we'll catch you on the next episode. Peace.